wages. Looks like everybody's fucking scalpers. Is everyone scalpered? Oh, that's not on. What's a killer in here? Well, the lights are on.
Who off, mate?
Ian!
In there.
Oh, thanks.
Last reading is on the back. Yeah, that's all gone through.
Oh, thanks.
Don't know where it is.
Oh,
So that's Thursday. Yeah, so, yeah, all paid. And that's booked in for Thursday the 17th. Yeah. Alright, thank you so much. Bye. Bye.
hello. Is Ian not here?
No.
I'll come down to pick my wages up, love.
What?
He owes me 9 years' worth of wages.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let's get mine.
There's no queue, I'm first in the queue.
They're all gone for a coffee because they're waiting all day. No, he's not.
Well, they lost their place in the queue then, haven't they? Where is he then?
He's gone to Whitehall.
What's he doing down there?
Serving drinks.
All right.
Yeah.
I've come quite a long way to see him.
Did he know you were coming?
Of course he didn't.
Who are you?
Cliff. Well, apparently I work for him.
Well,
Apparently, yeah. Brian Harvey says that I work for Ian Paddock. I'm one of his agents.
okay,
And I've been doing it for 9 years. So I thought I'd come and get my wages.
Will you know if I just say Cliff?
He won't know me. No, he won't know that. No.
What?
He won't know my name was Cliff. No.
What will he know your name
I've
is?
no idea.
Hello?
I'm one of his agents.
I've got a gentleman here who said he's one of your agents. I don't really get what's going on. Right, who is it? It says?
Ian Paddock got Brian Harvey a ninja.
Yeah. Who are you?
Me, I was in Parliament Square with Bill Maloney.
He was in Parliament Square with Bill Maloney. His name's Cliff.
Well, Paula Mann,
Paul the man.
Paula,
Paula.
I've never met him, no. But the whole operation in Parliament Square apparently was funded by Ian Paddock. Brian Harvey knows absolutely everything. He's a genius, that man. And he says that I'm an Ian Paddock agent. Therefore, and I've not had any wages, so I come down to collect the wages. Sorry, I'm being a bit silly because there is a silly thing going on.
Okay, this
And,
man
and
says
part of
that-
what Ian's involved with affects my life. Yeah? So I've come down because I've got quite a lot of word with him. Not an aggressive word. I just want to have a private chat with him. So it affects my life, and seriously affects my life. So, and this is mostly to do with Brian Harvey. So, and I know he likes to play games with Brian Harvey, but his games with Brian Harvey also affect my life. So I want to sort it out. That's why I've come down here.
He's never met Brian Harvey, doesn't know him, so.
No, but he bought him a ninja
That's
ninja.
what he says, though.
Yeah.
That's what Brian Harvey
I know that's
I'm
what he
not gonna-
says.
Alright.
But Ian Paddock also says that why don't you just give me his number and I'll speak to him.
I can't do that. Yeah?
He's running a business. Does he not give people his number?
No, I didn't give anyone to him. Right then.
All right, well I'll go and find him then. If you don't want to speak to me, I'll find him.
Listen, you're getting worked up.
Yeah, I ain't getting worked up, love, because this stuff affects my life, and he plays games with Brian Harvey, and those games affect my life. All right. So I want to tell him to stop playing the games with Brian Harvey and tell me what the hell's going on, because those games affect my life. Alright?
Well, you'll have to phone.
I'm trying to be polite, but I can get quite annoyed about it, and I'm getting fed up with the whole thing. So he might think it's a joke what he's doing to Brian Harvey, but his jokes with Brian Harvey affect my life. He needs to know that. I expect he's a decent, honest man, and if he is, he'll speak to me. Yeah. Yeah. Bit of a coward then.
I don't know, but
Well, he is.
I only work here, so
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Well, expect to see a lot of me, because I keep coming here. I'm going to find him in public. I want to work with him. If you don't want to speak to me, I'll find him. Thanks very much, love. There you go. There's no gym making going on in there, by the way. Absolute bunkum. Absolute bunkum. Ian Puddick, what a coward. On the phone, won't speak to me. Thanks very much for your support. Oh, hello. Just having a coffee. I've spoken before about how people steal the narratives of survivors. This has been mentioned by a number of people. What are the chances, if you're talking about coincidences, of two people being in Parliament Square who had something to say about Prince Andrew? I think they'd be very small. There were two people. There's me and there's Brian Harvey. Of course, Brian Harvey is always going to have a much bigger audience than me. In prison, there's something called taking the dairy off. You know, if somebody's up to a little bit of skullduggery or doing something, and the prison officers are making themselves a little bit busy, you know, they got eyes on you. Somebody will say, do us a favour, take the dairy off. And they'll go over to the prison officer and engage him in conversation, or they'll start an argument somewhere, or something will go on, and the prison officer's attention is diverted to the other thing and not what the skullduggery, whatever it may be, you might be doing. To me, Brian Harvey has a purpose of taking the dairy off me. Very helpfully, somebody called Buttling Mouse. I watched a video on their channel yesterday. It was an old Brian Harvey rant. He was yabbering on about this, that and the other, and Daniela Westbrook, and like Heat magazine. It's like he's creating his own Heat magazine with all the gossip. Yeah, the bit I watched of that, Brian Harvey said that he didn't see Prince Andrew in the Red Rooms. But let's be honest about it, even if Prince Andrew had been in the Red Rooms with Ghislaine and Brian Harvey had seen him in there, it's hardly damning, is it? You know? I mean, Brian Harvey didn't see him having sex with a minor or anything like that, you know, or giving a minor alcohol or doing anything like that. There's nothing incriminating in it, is there? And of course, Brian Harvey's always left it where he can say, oh, maybe I was mistaken. And in fact, he's been mistaken many times about who it was he saw in the Red Rooms. It started off as Simon Cowell and Sunita. Then it was Rupert Murdoch and Rupert Murdoch's son. And they metamorphosised into Ghislaine Maxwell and Prince Andrew. But Buttling Mouse has kindly put up a little clip of Brian Harvey saying he didn't see Prince Andrew in the Red Rooms. All he's got is lies, that boy. Lies. Thanks very much for your support. Got some new subscribers. A lot of trolley comments. Which are keeping me amused. Nah, 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 nah. Cheers.
Listen, I've got something that you might be interested in.
What's that?
Well, I know a bloke, right, who, you'd have to stuff this out yourself, but I know a bloke who allegedly is one of Prince Philip's love children, who was involved in satanic rituals.
Right.
He seems he's an ex-Grenadier guard. He seems quite adamant that all this is like sort of kosher.
Yeah.
And how this come about is, I've known him for a while, I knew his story for a while, but I didn't really take much notice of it. But today he said, I'm going to get in contact with Paul Maloney. And I said, I don't advise you do that. And he kind of looked at me and says, well, I don't know who to trust. I said, well, seriously, if you can take my advice, you don't want to trust Paul Maloney.
And then we can start keep pumping the truth out and hope we bring them down and hope we, to what you're saying, I think we've got to win. I think we'll win by default, John.
Well, there is something that about 18 months ago, I was talking to my dear friend Brian, and I gave him a probability. Funny enough, I gave him two. I gave him one about himself, and I gave him one about something that's going on at this moment. And the one about himself, all three parts fell into place, which was quite fascinating, which he was a bit shocked about. And I said, well, no, I didn't predict anything. I just told you a probability, something that could possibly happen. And the funny thing is, the other thing I told him was in multiple parts, and at this moment in time, every single part has dropped into place.
Let me get to this first. John Harris has said to me, Dan, that apparently in some nightclub somewhere, I've seen some secret door open or something, right? And she went, oh yeah, you know where that was? That was when we was in Brands and we went up and we was in the geezer's office. Do you remember? And then he hit a button and the wall moved and we went upstairs again. And I went, oh yeah. Now, the reason I couldn't remember that, I would never have remembered that. But it was the secret door. I remember being bewildered with this. Oh, mate, that's brilliant. I've always liked a fireplace that turned round. You know what I mean? Or stairs lift up and you got a secret room. Do you know what I mean? Like a little, like a panic room, or put a studio in there or something.
So what was it again? It was in Browns, and where is Brown?
There is quite a movement of common law. Like there's people who, and a lot of people have got into trouble with it. Like who haven't paid the mortgages, who haven't paid the council taxes, and. What do you have to say about that?
The people haven't done common law properly. Now, again, the other side watches me all the time. In late 2008, I started to get to grips finally with the common laws. About a year or so after I've woken as Jesus, and I'm starting to realise that's obviously what the true mission is. It's at this point that John Harris steps up and starts talking about commercial redemption. Literally almost exactly the same time, basically. Now, what John Harris put out, I will tell you now, is a load of crap. Yeah. Absolute fucking crap, basically. That man, if he wasn't alive, if he was still alive, I could tell you, I would say it to his face because I met him. I can tell you stories about him. A very peculiar story. I was working for somebody else's firm called Ian Puddick actually one day. Sitting in Ian Puddick's front room, typing away. I suddenly hear the back door go. There's no other access to the back garden. So it's like, oh my God, this is it. And obviously in my life, I've got to think this is the moment, bang, bang, or injection, you disappear. Yeah. So I'm, now obviously he can hear me typing away. So he's thinking the same thing as well. Who's in there typing away? Thinking, oh, they're coming for me. And we sat down and had a conversation. This was John Harris. And he told me that he'd been talking to the secret societies, the stuff he was putting out about law he was getting from the secret societies. He also said that the secret societies either shown him the Holy Grail or shown him a picture of the Holy Grail which had the name John Harris on. So they were playing with his mind. This is why he said he was the King of England.
Yeah.
Now, I will compare my own experience with John Harris. What happens to John Harris, of course, is he goes mad and kills himself.
Do you think is that what happened? Did he kill himself?
Yeah, I can actually vouch for this one because I was actually there the day after he killed himself by accident.
Okay.
What happened was...
explain, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go around and see a friend, an old friend who's staying at another old friend's place I used to live. And we're chatting away in the kitchen for quite a while. He says, oh, by the way, he said, John Harris is now living upstairs. Oh, I must go and see him. So he goes, he's been working hard on his book. He sleeps during the day. So I was like, oh, I'll leave him alone then. I go away. Next day I get a phone call from my friend who's a doctor who owns the house, and he says, John Harris is dead. He's been dead for a couple of days. He must have committed suicide before you even arrived here. So we're having a conversation, me and my mate, and John Harris is lying dead upstairs.
Wow. Why did he kill himself? Did anyone ever find out?
Well, again, I think it's to do with this secret society stuff. They play with your mind, basically.
So if I am correct in what I have concluded, then there is going to be a bit of a shake-up latter part of this year, early 2016. Definitely, without a doubt.
I missed that last part, John, because I was reading questions in the chat box.
There's definitely going to be a shake-up the latter part of this year or early into 2016.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I'm not going to say what I don't want to suggest. All I'm going to say is that the accusations towards Prince Andrew are part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
In a big way. And another gentleman is our old friend Tony Blair.
Yeah.
So if it's exactly what I sat at your table not a week ago and told you, if you remember rightly.
Yes, I do. I agree. I think you're
So
right.
you do know what I'm talking about. Obviously, everybody else doesn't.
Members of the Special Branch and Security Service had sat in on interviews with you along with the Metropolitan Police.
At certain times, not at everything. At certain times,
only certain times. And it was because of the sensitivity of the...
Yeah, we came to the interviews like around royalty or something, because I went to a ship, a big Royal Navy airplane carrier.
Yeah.
And whenever the young fellows take won't go there.
No. But what I meant is the sensitivity information. So your prominent MPs,
But
prominent
information
businessmen.
like that and stuff. So it's different.
I think we better leave the helicopter pilot out of this.
No, fine. I think I know what you mean.
Before I was sacked, he was asking certain agents, have you got any singers? Because I don't know if Brian's going to be about much longer. They set me up. And I'm wondering if you've seen Tom Watkins at the same party as John Major.
Yeah.
You have?
Right. Edwina Curry.
That was at a party as well.
Where was the party? Can you remember?
In London.
Right. What happened? Put your mind back to that party. Get the picture in your head and tell us who was there. First. Tell us who was there first.
I'm awful with names.
Was Edwina Curry there?
She was definitely there, yeah.
Right. Was John Major there?
Yeah, there was quite a few MPs there.
Right, quite a few MPs at this party. Now just tell us what happened between you
See,
and
there's so
Edwina
many
Curry.
parties and so many different things. I'm just trying to get the right one in my...
Just do that one. Tell us about Edwina Curry. What did she do? What did she do?
I had sex with her because she made me lick a pup.
I'm coming over there. She's coming over there, Andy.
She made me lick a pussy out of her.
Edwina Curry, what happened at this party?
She was up. When you go to party, people stay in their own groups, so you go to things and that, and
different rooms.
No, she would edge on. It was like an edged on thing, and the thing like they edge each other on. You know, like
what in a crowd? In a crowd.
Yeah, when I say a crowd, few people.
Was this the
big
party at the Cabinet Office? Downing Street one.
It could have been there, but I think it was at a nightclub because it's...
Oh, a nightclub,
Right.
It was
Just tell me about
fellas.
You had sex with Edwina Curry? Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't put my dick in it, if that's what you mean.
Well, what kind of sex did you have?
So she made like a
Grateful for small mercy.
She made you lick her pussy?
Yeah.
How did she do that? Tell me.
Edged on to do it.
Yeah.
The only thing, and the people's edging, it was like...
So Edwina Curry got you, there was a little crowd, you was all having a laugh.
And then she pushed her She's pushing my head on and everything.
If she pushed your head down onto her pussy, when she puts your head down there, did she say anything?
She did. I can't remember what she said. I can't. So long ago, I can't remember all the words she said.
So you had oral sex with her.
Is that what you call oral sex if you come out? Yeah.
Yeah. Simon Cowell.
Yes.
Max Bygraves.
Yes.
David Frost.
No.
Alan Wicker.
Yes.
Richard Mallet.
Yes.
Ted Heath.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Okay. Yes means Andrew had sex with them. Confirmed means other victims have come forward and has been confirmed by NAPIC.
you deserve better compensation for what's happened to you. Just justice, money, whatever it is. I also think here is contained, the first time I've seen it, quite clearly, collusion between Mazza and phone hacking. And Mazza was doing bugging. Mazza was doing much worse things than phone hacking.
Yeah.
Buying drugs, selling people up. And there is a lawyer, if you could trust them, who's dealing with John Orford, for example, his case, trying to get that overturned.
Yeah.
This is Siobhan. Siobhan, I always call it Siobhan because that's the Scottish way of pronouncing it, Siobhan. She is dealing with a lot of cases of people who are quite traumatised people, awful stories, who've had a terrible time in Mazza's hand.
Yeah.
Because this fits in that area, I don't think she deals with phone hacking. I certainly think that element of the case, she may be worth talking to. She's a great woman. She's fought against a lot of police injustice. Have you ever met her? She does like she's on the list of because she's pushed the Mazza basically, and because it shows live, you know, a different form of hacking, and shows conduct, and if you look at witness things to that effect. I think she's been dealing with it because there's a couple of people who fell out with Mazza. Sorbo was one of them. He was the other guy, Kemmer. And a lot of people, Mazza had 2 police cases, investigations, Canopus 1 and 2, around about this time, dropped by the senior police officers because they were covering up.
Yeah.
Canopus 1 and 2, and I got the statements, exactly what he'd use. He'd buy drugs, he'd fit them up, he'd doctor the phone conversations, he'd get selected bits of video, and then wipe the rest, and then get the police would take them.
That's
and
right,
there's a quasi-prosecution.
They put a compilation in.
So there's almost a compensation from the police, from Essex Police. Why on earth did they act on a third party using illegal interception?
And it's funny that DS Werrick never done a witness statement. He's the only one that never done a witness
But you've got
statement.
the emails, you've got the disclosure. I think that's pretty significant because therefore they wrongfully arrested you.
Simon Cowell.
Yes.
Max Bygraves. Yes. David Frost. Alan Wicker.
Yes.
Richard Malik.
Yes.
Ted Heath.
Yes. Confirmed.
Okay. Yes means Andrew had sex with them. Confirmed means other victims have come forward and have been confirmed by Naked.